Mohammed Kudus, what a player. He's absolutely exceptional. And I think I've been surprised by how good he is, how good he was, how good he's been. What a great season he's had. Overall, he scored 18 goals or something like that for West Ham. That's incredible. That really is. And I think, let's be fair, he's done that in a defensive team. He's done that in a team where he's being asked to sit back, help out the fullback. Look, I'm not saying he's not going to do that in any and every team he plays for. There's very few teams who have no defensive responsibilities. But at West Ham, under David Moyes, he had a lot. He had a lot. There was a lot of responsibility on him, to help out. I think he's just been incredible. And the more I look at him, the more I look at the club's stance on him, the more I think West Ham have got to get this right with him. We absolutely have to make the very best of this player that we can. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot to be happy about. I think the fact he was brought in under Tim Steidten, that gives me certainly a lot of hope for the future, that if and when Mohammed Kudus does go, then we'll probably be able to get another player in that's comparable or equal to him. Equal is going to be hard, but it just makes me think that we can probably highlight and identify these up-and-coming players. And, yes, it's good. It's good. I'm very, very, very pleased. Anyway, what I thought I would do is myself and Gio on our very final player ratings. I was going to show you my book there. On our Patreon player ratings, which is harder to say than it should be, actually. We ended up, as we give every player a score after every single game, and we ended up talking about Mohammed Kudus, particularly me, for quite an elongated period of time. And you know what? He deserved it. So what I decided to do was share a section of that video with you guys here, just to thank you for following us and supporting us all season. If you want to go off the back of this and check out our Patreon, the link's in the description below. It's basically our third Hammers Chat channel. You've heard me say it a million times. I'm not going to go on about it again. It's just the best way to support Hammers Chat. Patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Here's myself and Gio talking about Mohammed Kudus and why he's such an unbelievable player.
Moving on to Mohammed Kudus, what are you giving him?
8. Amazing. The only player in the West Ham team that looked like he could remotely have a chance of playing in the Manchester City team. And you were watching it, and if they haven't seen much of him, maybe Man City fans, maybe they've just seen some highlights, this, that, and the other, they had a good chance to have a look at Mohammed Kudus during this game, and it was a magnificent performance, not just for his goal, which was an incredible goal. I often watch some of these goals and I wonder not if they meant it necessarily, because I think by the very action of flicking it up and then doing that scissor kick, you mean you're not trying to do a throw-in. It's quite obvious what you're trying to do. But I often wonder sometimes when it goes in, there's something between doing it and going, I'm going to aim for that roughly at the goal. And there's sometimes you feel when they make contact with it, where they know almost where it's going to go in the goal, When Kudus made contact with that, he knew it was going high in the goal. He wasn't to hit anywhere. It was a powerful shot. The technique was exemplary. But the way he scooped it to put it into the position was almost more impressive than the action itself. The most impressive thing is falling like that, landing on your back. That would kill me. I'm telling you, that would kill me. But anyway, that's different because I'm old and weak, right? But incredible, that first touch to take. It's almost like Maverick Panos said, like, no, you don't. I'm going to take that. Rather than you kick it at the goal, even though you're facing the goal, I'm going to scoop it up. And then I'm going to basically do some acrobatic shit, and I'm going to score a goal. It was an incredible goal. But even take that goal away, and I think that the Manchester City fans would have been incredibly impressed by what they saw. The way he was able to take that, to use a rugby term, to take that ball, to carry that ball into contact. And it was no problem at all. He's going to take that ball, he's going to carry it into contact, he's going to dribble, he's going to do a pirouette, and he'll have 2 or 3 players around him, and he's going to go through them. It was incredible. It was incredible to see. And there was one beautiful little duel, and in the end, actually, Doku came away with the ball. And it was fine. It was just a little moment, because as I mentioned earlier on in the video, Gio, we were very, very close to signing Doku. And in the end, he went to City. and we would not have got Mohammed Kudus. And there's Doku's very, very, very tricky, but as a player that's set up for the modern game in terms of his strength, in terms of his dribbling, in terms of his shooting, his assist. Look at him assisting George Urphy in the last game. He's just incredible. He is incredible. And whilst I thought there's so many stinky, crappy performances from West Ham players in this game, I wouldn't have been the only one watching it and thinking, I can't wait to see this guy again next season. I love the transfer window and I love all that stuff. And I like to look forward to players coming in. But what I'm looking forward to more than anything else, is watching Mohammed Kudus next season. I really am. And it was the audition for Lucas Paquetá, who's going to be joining Manchester City. I would not blame any Manchester City fan or Pep Guardiola himself. Think, excuse me, can we have that one? Can we have that one instead, please? I thought he was magnificent. He honestly was an 8 out of 10. And it was. We spoke about Emerson earlier. It was attitude as well. So we got ability, but also the determination and the attitude. To think, look, I know he's thinking, I know we're getting our pants pulled down as a team, but it was weird. It was weird. I think, don't get me wrong, I think he was doing it for West Ham, and I think he was doing it for himself. But it was just weird. This thing was billed, a little subplot of Lucas Paquetá and Manchester City. Obviously, the main billing was the title and Arsenal and all that stuff. But it was almost a case of him turning up going, well, this may be someone else's audition. You know what I mean? But while the eyes of the world are on it, I'm going to show him exactly what I can do. And I thought he's had a great season anyway. I think he might have scored 18 goals in all competitions for West Ham this season. What he's done is he was already there. He's just gone above and beyond. He really, really has. And if Liverpool thought they were coming in because his £85 million buyout clause is next season, Liverpool thought they were coming in and getting Kudus and thinking, well, hold on, we'll give you 85 this season. I don't even think you're getting there. You'd have to go well over 100 million. And even then, I don't think West Ham are going to want to sell him. I think we'd probably say no, unless it was monstrous, absolutely monstrous. I think he's been one of the signings of the season.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think one video, I might do it tonight or tomorrow, basically give this man a new contract now. Give him a new contract and get rid of that 85 million clause. If he wants a clause in there, fine, negotiate it, but get it increased, because 85 million next summer is going to be an absolute bargain for somebody. And I agree. I don't think we'd accept anything, even 100 million. I'd say now we'll take the 15 million less next summer, please, because we're going to keep him for a season. Sensational player, fantastic performance, incredible goal. Do you know the worst thing, as somebody that's scored a total of 1 overhead kick, do you know the worst thing about scoring an overhead kick? You don't see it yourself.
What? Oh yeah, you was okay. Yeah, first person.
Yeah, because normally, everyone knows, like when you hit the ball, you can watch the ball hit the net, and you're thinking, oh, get in, what a good goal that was, or you think, oh, that was a bit lucky, whatever. You can evaluate your own goal immediately, right? But I remember I only ever scored 1 overhead kick, but when I did it, the only way I knew I scored is because my teammate next to me was like, oh, and then jumped on me while I was on the ground, so I knew I'd scored, but I couldn't tell. I just kicked the ball.
Do you know whether your goal was high in the goal or low? How did that one go?
Because I don't have replays like Kudus could watch it. Yeah. That's the only goal I've ever scored. I've never witnessed.
Yes.
There's no replay of it. I'm not being able to see. I don't know how it went in. It could have went through the keeper's legs, through the keeper's hand. I don't even know if it was high or low, nothing.
Do you think if you were Kudus, all right, sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Do you think if you were Kudus and you were there in the stadium, I know you walk around, you do the celebration, do you think there's a temptation to stand there and just look at the screen and wait for the replay to have a look at your goal?
I don't know if they would have shown it. Like we West Ham don't show their away teams goals.
True. That's true. Yeah.
Which is bloody annoying, because I could do with watching it for the review.
I know. Yeah.
So the whole ones, they put them up and I can watch it. And like, brilliant. I've now seen 2 or 3 replays. I can now discuss it, right? But their away team goals, they don't show them. So when we played Luton and they scored, I was like, could do with seeing that one again, so I know who's at fault. But they don't show the replay. So Craig was at the game yesterday. He was in the live chat, so maybe he can tell us. But I would assume they didn't show Kudus's goal. Maybe seen at half-time or something. That would be there in the change room or something. Why would you not show him? Be like, look what you can do. Keep going, son. You proper hype him up for the second.
What are you going to get? Did you give him a score? Sorry.
8.
Oh, sorry.
Give him an 8. Paqueta?
Oh, shocking.